hard words. I'm sorry, boys. To tell the writer who made that up. Well, it's just such a joy to be here and see such beauty in this room. So I'm very honored to have this opportunity and to be amidst wisdom of women. I just about a year ago founded a project called Women of 50, and it's all about wisdom of women around the world. I've been going around the world interviewing women in their 50s, and I've learned a ton. But tonight I want to be in this space with the wisdom that you all have. And let's start with a place where you'd be the happiest today. Just go back, you know, just maybe close your eyes, think about the moment when you felt happiest today. If you didn't have that today, think about one earlier this week, all last month, or the past year, or maybe it's right now. Think about it. So where do you feel it? Is it a sensation of delight in your mouth? Or on your skin? Or is it something that you see or hear that brought you pleasure? And was it something that was a real joyful thing, a real joy? Or was it just something that made you content? And is there a difference between joy and content? Did anybody know that you felt that happiness? And how would they know if they knew? And would you know that they knew that you were happy? Well, these are the kinds of questions that assume that happiness is a fleeting experience, not a state of being. And what happened to me is that I became really curious about that place where contentment and satisfaction are at a point where they either go to being either dull or joy. And that became interesting to me, and actually I've become really passionately interested in how women perceive happiness. And the reason is that I'm determined to live my life happy, despite of all my own anxieties and worries I have in this world, whether they're financial or anything else. After my divorce, I entered into a new relationship that was peppered with belly laughs and appreciation for my humor. I felt more alive than I felt for years. So it was a cruel realization that my very primary relationship, my marriage, had been devoid of wholehearted laughter for far too long. My marriage of 25 years had evolved into a smooth logistics operation without passion and humor. More often than not, I found myself defensive and critical. I also found and felt contempt and disapproval for my sense of humor and who I was. That environment didn't really help bubble up laughter and joy of life. So it was life more gray, different shades of gray than bright reds and yummy yellows. I found my refuge, my joy refuge, with my joke-infused son, who is always a delight, but also with my very dearest girlfriends and with my clients, who most of are women. But in talking with these women, I found one interesting phenomenon. Very often they told me the same story that I had experienced. they also were seriously strangled in seriousness of life. And they lived a life joy deficient. Joy deficient. And here, let me just turn on my clicker, because I have some pictures here that we passed by. So that was the happy moment I asked you to think about. This is actually a donut that my mom gave my son. And I love it. I think it's cute. So here we go. Joy deficient. So if you find yourself in this joy deficient space, why is it? What is it for you? And why is it that you are not embracing happiness?